Hate is a powerful force. It can consume individuals and entire societies. It breeds anger, resentment, and violence. Hate thrives on division and fear. It leaves destruction and despair in its wake. We see the consequences of hate throughout history and in our world today. Wars are fought, lives are lost, and communities are torn apart. The human cost of hate is immeasurable. It is a poison that corrodes our shared humanity. We must recognize hate for what it is, a destructive force that diminishes us all. We must actively choose a different path, one paved with empathy and understanding. This is not easy, but it is essential. Our collective future depends on our ability to break free from the grip of hate. Only then can we hope to build a world where peace and compassion prevail. Violence begets violence. It is a vicious cycle that perpetuates suffering. One act of aggression often leads to another, creating a chain reaction of pain and revenge. When we respond to hurt with more hurt, we only amplify the pain. We become trapped in a cycle of retaliation. Each act of violence deepens the wounds of the past. It makes it harder to imagine a different future. Breaking free from this cycle requires tremendous courage and resilience. It demands that we acknowledge the pain of the past. But it also requires that we refuse to let that pain define our future. We must find the strength to interrupt the cycle of violence. We must choose understanding over retribution. This is the only way to heal the wounds of the past and create a more peaceful future. The quest for domination is an illusion. It promises power and control, but it delivers only isolation and dehumanization. When we seek to dominate others, we create a world of winners and losers. This pursuit of power comes at a steep cost. It requires us to view others as obstacles or competitors, not as fellow human beings. It erodes empathy and compassion, leaving us disconnected and alone. True strength lies not in domination but in connection. When we recognize our shared humanity, we open ourselves to a world of possibility. We discover the power of collaboration, understanding, and mutual respect. Let us abandon the empty pursuit of domination. Let us instead embrace the transformative power of connection. In doing so, we build a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It is the foundation of compassion and connection. When we cultivate empathy, we open ourselves to the experiences of those around us. Compassion arises from empathy. It is the heartfelt desire to alleviate the suffering of others. Compassion compels us to act with kindness, generosity, and love. Connection is the feeling of belonging and being understood. It is through connection that we find meaning and purpose in our lives. It gives us the strength to face challenges and celebrate triumphs together. By cultivating empathy, compassion, and connection, we build a more just and humane world. We create a society where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Forgiveness is a powerful act of healing. It is the bridge that allows us to move from a place of pain and resentment to a place of understanding and peace. Forgiveness does not condone the actions of others. It does not erase the past. Instead, it acknowledges the harm that was done and chooses to move forward with compassion. When we forgive, we break the cycle of violence. We release ourselves from the grip of anger and resentment. We open ourselves to the possibility of healing and reconciliation. Forgiveness is not always easy. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of the past. But it is in forgiveness that we find true freedom. Choosing forgiveness, an act of courage. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of profound courage. It requires us to confront our pain and choose to let go of the anger and resentment that bind us to the past. Choosing forgiveness does not mean condoning hurtful actions. It does not mean forgetting the wrong that was done. It simply means that we choose to release the anger and resentment that keep us trapped in the cycle of pain. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. It is a conscious choice to break free from the past and embrace a future filled with hope and possibility. It is an act of defiance against the forces of anger and hate. It is a declaration that we will not be defined by the actions of others. We will choose love over hate, compassion over resentment, and forgiveness over revenge. The healing power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a balm for the soul. It allows us to heal from the wounds of the past and move forward with our lives. When we hold on to anger and resentment, we poison ourselves with our own bitterness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means releasing the power that the past holds over us. It means choosing to focus on the present moment and create a future filled with hope and possibility. The act of forgiving can be incredibly difficult. It requires us to confront our pain and choose to let go of the anger and resentment that bind us. But the rewards of forgiveness are immeasurable. When we choose forgiveness, we free ourselves from the weight of the past. We open ourselves to the possibility of healing and reconciliation. We allow ourselves to experience the transformative power of grace and compassion. Building a future on forgiveness. Imagine a world where forgiveness is not the exception but the norm. A world where conflicts are resolved through dialogue and understanding, not violence and retribution. This is the future we can create together. It begins with each of us making a conscious choice to embrace forgiveness in our own lives. To let go of past hurts and choose to see the humanity in others, even when they have wronged us. This is not easy work. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a deep commitment to compassion, but the rewards are immeasurable. When we choose forgiveness, we create a ripple effect of healing that extends outward, touching the lives of those around us. We build a world where peace, understanding, and reconciliation are not just ideals but lived realities. A call to action: embrace forgiveness. We stand at a crossroads. The path of hate and violence leads only to more suffering. The path of forgiveness and reconciliation offers the possibility of a brighter future. The choice is ours. We can choose to perpetuate the cycle of pain and retribution, or we can choose to break free from the past and embrace a future filled with hope and possibility. Let us choose forgiveness. Let us choose compassion. Let us choose to build a world where peace and understanding prevail. This is the call of our time. This is the challenge before us. Let us rise to meet it with courage, with determination, and with open hearts.